What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video by Helmtown 49ers Podcast. I'm your host, JT, and my co-host is my dad.
Good to be here, JT.
Yes, but first, don't forget to like,
And subscribe.
cue the intro music. So, we didn't do the post-game because I felt there wasn't much to talk about, but we're still going to recap it a bit today.
Yeah, quick recap, I guess. We did not win. It was a closer game than we had expected, huh? 21-20. I mean, it was still... We had Sam Darnold, who did his first start for us. What'd you think about his play?
He did pretty well, and some of the incompletions were because of our wide receivers dropping the ball.
Yeah. I mean, the defensive back came in yeast, I think, for both of them, and kind of messed it up. But yeah, I mean, it was in their hands, so you'd hope that they would hold on to it, and because those were pretty big completions, and that could have led to a score. But then instead, we had to punt and everything like that. So for the most part, yeah, I think he did okay, except for that last play where he loses the ball.
That wasn't really his fault. The helmet hit the football.
Yeah, I know. It just looked like he was holding it kind of oddly, you know. It's like, why are you holding it down there? Be careful. Hold on to the ball. But yeah. I guess the offense can be okay with Sam Darnold in. So I guess that's what we wanted to see.
But the thing that we didn't want to see was Jake Moody missing a field goal and an extra point
Yeah.
right before the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh man, that's like the worst nightmare because, you know, if like Bosa has a bad game or like excuse me. like Warner has a bad game or Ward has a bad game or Debo, whatever. There's other people to pick up the slack. But with the kicker, we only got one. We got to rely on that one kicker, you know. So that gets me a little nervous. And I've listened to podcasts and how some are pretty positive about Moody and how he's done this year and what to expect from a rookie kicker. I mean, for a rookie kicker, he's done pretty well. I don't think he's kicked as many field goals as many other kickers. We just scored a lot of touchdowns for a long time, so we didn't need him to kick field goals. But when he missed a point after and a field goal, all makeable, easy, it really gets me nervous. Even the easy ones can't take for granted. So that's going to get me real nervous when the time comes. You know, he has to prove himself, and it's only one way to prove oneself, and that's in the playoffs, and that's to do it, to hit those kicks. The problem was there was no pressure in this game, yet he missed two.
Also, he likes kicking to the right a lot.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't over adjust. You know, it's a whole mind game with kickers, you know? So, anyways, on to other things.
Also,
Yeah.
I think Jake Moody was the correct pick of the kickers because Chad Ryland's doing bad. He's 64%.
Ooh, yeah, and terrible in Madden.
Okay, yeah.
We did play with him. Oh my god, he is almost impossible to hit a point after.
And besides Brand Aubrey, I think I say it right.
Aubrey, yeah, I think that's his name. The Cowboys.
Yeah, that guy's really good at soccer, but it was mostly between Chad Ryland and Jake Moody at the time, I think. And Jake Moody looks like the better pick.
Okay, I'll take that. No problem. All right, so we're done with that game. Let's move on to some postseason stuff to talk about, huh? We were thinking about doing some end of the season awards, right?
Yeah.
So we have a list of end of season awards. We're going to go down and we'll finish off with the team MVP. But first off, let's go with the first award voted on by me. Most improved. Um, I'm blanking right now, but I believe the most improved player I would say is Lenore, Diamador Lenore. He's really stepped up playing outside and nickel. Really saved our butts when Isaiah Oliver didn't work out in the nickel. So he's been being able to play two different cornerback positions for us and play it at a pretty high level. So that saved our secondary, I believe, for by him being able to uh, transfer from outside to inside corner. What do you think? You have any most improved candidates in your head, GT?
This one might not be as popular, but I'm gonna go Brandon Ayuk.
All
He took
right.
that made from top 20 receiver to top 10 receiver leap
All
this
right.
year.
I like that one. That's a good one. You're right. He that is a very good one.
Like last year, he barely got over 1,000 yards. This year, he almost got 1,400.
He that is the definition of most improved. You're right, man. Brandon Ayuk, he worked his tail off to become one of the best, and it showed on the field. So I like that
And, he got out of Kyle Sands' doghouse.
pick.
Like Dante Pettis, he didn't really.
That's true. That's true. All right, very good. I like those. Um, all right, your next one.
It's the unsung hero. And I think that award belongs to Eric Armstead, who is also my defensive MVP.
Okay.
Because I feel like people still give recognition to Eric Armstead, but our run defense is not very good without him. Because, like, Kyron Williams is one of the top running backs in the league. Well, up and coming, at least. Because in week 2, when we won against the Rams, he only averaged 3.7 yards per carry.
Yeah.
And then against the Cowboys with Tony Pollard only averaged 3.6 yards per carry. And against Travis Etienne only averaged 3.9 yards per carry. And that's with Eric Armstead healthy.
Mm-hmm.
But with Eric Armstead not healthy, we can give 6.1 yards per carry to James Conner.
Mm-hmm.
And
Wow.
when Eric Armstead, again, not healthy, we give up 4.9 yards per carry to Brian Robinson and 4.8 yards to Antonio Gibson per carry.
It's pretty porous, huh? That run defense. It's either on or off, and it seems like Armstead is the one that makes it go. Because there's been time when Hargrave is still in, yet the run defense is lacking. Armstead looks like he's hopefully coming back soon for the playoffs, and our run game defense will get back to where it was in the beginning of the season.
Yeah, and like Brian Robinson, James Conner, I don't think they're like one of the top running backs, but the running backs I mentioned earlier, they're one of the top running backs.
True.
So, yeah, it shows.
All right, I like that one. Unsung hero Armstead. I like to throw out a name for unsung hero. It's for a player, a position that people don't think about often. Can you guess?
Offensive line?
Nope. No. Special teams. Punter. Mitch
Oh.
Wishnowsky.
I guess so.
He's had such a great year. I'm saddened that he didn't get into Pro Bowl status.
And All Pro.
Yeah, I mean, when we were watching the games, the punts were just as exciting, and he did such a good job inside the 5, inside the 10-yard line, continuously, again and again and again. So people forget about the punter, but I think he's had a great year, and he's probably had one of his best years with us. So he's my unsung hero. All right, next one. Biggest surprise. Um, coming from nowhere kind of a thing. What kind of a player? So the person for me that I think is John Feliciano coming from nowhere and locking down that right guard spot or helping on either guard spots actually and playing very well. One of the top PFF grades in some games. To go from Burford to Feliciano, who was just a backup that wasn't even sniffing the starting job, but got a chance when injuries happened. Um, and he's not gonna be letting go of that position, of his starting position, anytime this season. So he was a big surprise because I wasn't too sure if he was going to make the cut to the active roster, let alone be a starter and an improved starter at that. So, what you think about the surprise?
Yeah, I agree with you because John Feliciano had an 81.2 PFF grade, while Spencer Burford had a very bad 50.4 PFF grade.
Yeah, definitely an upgrade. I mean, a big surprise. This guy we just picked up on the off season, and he's starting right guard midway through the season, or even past that. So luckily he came in and he locked it down, and he's doing a great job. So that's my surprise. So next award is Rookie of the Year. Now there's not many candidates because
Yeah,
not many rookies have played for us.
and luckily we didn't do this last year because it would have been pretty obvious. But
That's true.
this year it comes down to two options: Jake Moody or Jair Brown.
Uh huh.
Jair Brown had to step in because of Talanoa Hufanga's torn ACL. Jake Moody was always the starter. And I'm going to give it to Jair Brown.
All right. Yeah.
I know a lot of people might disagree, but Jair Brown, he's feeling really good for Hufanga. Not playing as well, but playing pretty well because he had the fifth highest PFF grade on the 49ers defense. It's pretty good. And he didn't play any low snaps, less than like other starters because he came in mid-season, but that's pretty good for a rookie,
Oh yeah,
especially
definitely.
in the third round.
Yeah, definitely. Oh man, yeah. That would have been my pick too. Now, if Jake Moody had made that kick in Cleveland to win the game and also not missed the last two with recency bias, I don't know. I could argue about Jake Moody, but
Yeah.
he did miss those, and so that's a little knock on him. None of that, he would have been an excellent pick for a rookie kicker.
Otherwise, we've been 14-3.
Yeah, that would have been pretty sweet. Okay, rookie of the year, Jair Brown. I agree. Offensive MVP. Now this is it could be debated a little bit, but I've been on this the whole time. Just like offensive player of the year, CMC, right? I believe, right?
Yeah.
You agree?
Yeah.
CMC has just had rushing title. He's probably going to win offensive player of the year. He's been an Iron Man this whole season. I mean, that guy's carried so much. He's probably carried the most out of any running back in the NFL. He catches great, blocks great, and gives his all every time, pretty much every play. So, and this guy, man, I mean, he's taking so many hits, face mask penalties, everything. He's got inflicted all this pain through this season, and yet he's still come back for more. So for me, with the amount of yards he's rushed and received and touchdowns, that streak he had to tie the all-time for longest touchdown streak, offensive player for me, offensive MVP. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So the next one was defensive MVP, which you have already talked about,
Armstead.
Eric Armstead. I would like to throw my little. I know that Fred Warner had a great year tackling with the amount of tackles, led the team. Um, I want to throw in a different name, Charvarius Ward. He needs to be his name,
Yeah.
right? His name needs to be talked about at least. Um, he's done such a great job. How many picks does he have? 6?
5.
5? He's really improved. He even talked about it midway through the season. He had a lot of pass deflections. He led the league in that. But
He still did.
but he just, huh? He still does.
Yeah.
But he wanted the picks. He had hands on the ball, but he just wanted to do better. So he practiced catching the ball, and it showed. He started getting picks, multiple picks in the game. So I would have thrown him because he's really upped his game coming into the postseason. So, all right. So last one is team MVP. Drum roll. We don't have drum roll, do we?
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. We do have a pause, but all right. MVP. I won't even need it. I don't think between you and me, I think we agree upon it, don't we?
Well, I think I know the two options for me.
Okay. Who would you choose then? Who would you choose, JT?
I would choose Brock Purdy
What? Just kidding. Yeah, me too. Me too.
because our offense is not at like when CMC went out with injury, our offense worked as fine with CMC in basically like against the Commanders. But if we put in Sam Darnold instead of Brock Purdy, our offense would be really bad. I think.
I don't think it would be as great and as elite as it is with Brock Purdy, seeing the field, making the reads, all that stuff. I think he is what makes the offense run as efficiently as it does. So, yeah, take Brock Purdy out. That's a big loss for the Niners offense. So, yeah. So I agree. Brock Purdy, team MVP.
Applause for him.
Okay. All right. All right. So those are the awards. Let's move on. Now, I know the 2024 schedule just came out, right? So it's pretty juicy schedule. Who are we playing this time in the NFC?
Well, obviously we're going against our division rivals, and then we're also going against the Bears, Lions, and the Cowboys. This is like the 4th season in a row we've gone against them,
Yeah.
including postseason.
Playoffs, yeah.
And then we'll go against the Packers, Vikings,
So
Buccaneers.
that's the NFC North we're playing this year, division-wise, right?
Yeah, and we're playing the AFC East.
Yeah, which includes the Dolphins, Patriots, Bills, and Jets. Looking at the home games, for you home fans that go to the game, there's a lot of fans that go to the away games too. So, but the Bears, Lions, Jets, Patriots, Chiefs, and Cowboys are the other teams that we're playing. The away games are pretty interesting. We got the Packers, who's an upcoming, they're a playoff team. The Vikings, Mike McDaniel's Dolphins, the Buffalo Bills, and the Buccaneers, who will be playing again.
Maybe even the playoffs.
Yeah, perhaps. So, yeah, the teams we're playing next season, it has come out, and yeah, I would. The Lions, you know me, I'm kind of a fan of some of the players that the Lions have gotten, so I would love to see that. That's a home game too, at Levi's. I would love to watch that one. That's possible.
Wait, so who's your favorite player on the Lions?
Favorite player, Laporta.
Not Gibbs?
He's probably second. Amon Ra is great too. I like a lot of them. All right. So that's the 2024 season schedule. Now, some big news came up, right?
Oh yeah, Adam Pearce and Steve Wilkes. But Steve Wilkes didn't get hired yet. Well, I think it's happened in the offseason, but Adam Peters got hired as the Commanders' general manager. And I don't know how long has he been with the Niners?
I think he got hired in 2017 with Shanahan and Lynch, and yeah, all of them. Yeah, he was there in the beginning. I think he was there to kind of maybe, from what I remember, handhold John Lynch a bit because this is not what he does. He was a player and he was a broadcaster. He was never a front office person, so they needed somebody to kind of guide John Lynch and help him out in the beginning. You know, so that's what I remember reading. How much Adam Peters has done in choosing players, I don't think anybody will ever really know because nobody's gonna say.
Yeah,
you
but
know,
I think John Lynch might have been the one who drafted Fred Warner, the one who drafted Dre Greenlaw. I think wasn't Aziz Al-Sar an undrafted free agent?
I think so. I think so.
Yeah, we might pick him up because of John Lynch. Like he wanted Aziz specifically
Oh yeah,
because you know he was a linebacker too, so maybe he's good at scouting linebacker talent.
actually, John Lynch he was a strong safety.
Oh, sorry.
Well, kind of played like a linebacker though.
Oh,
He hit
oh, I thought he
hard.
was a linebacker.
No, but he hit hard like a. I mean, yeah, strong safety linebacker. It's pretty close. They come in hit hard. But yeah. So Adam Peters is gone. He is not a minority, so we're not going to get any type of third round comp picks, unfortunately, this time. Now Steve Wilkes, on the other hand, he scheduled some interviews with which teams?
The Chargers and Falcons.
Now I can see maybe the Falcons, but the Chargers, I kind of think they need to get an offensive minded head coach to get Justin Herbert, you know, on track and the whole offense on track. So I don't know. I wouldn't see them signing him. Um, and if he does get signed to a head coaching job somewhere this season, this off season, we will not get a comp pick either. He is a minority, of course, but the rule is that the person has to be with that team for 2 years and then get at least 2 years and then get signed to head coaching job or GM job. Then we'd get compensation. So Steve Wilkes would have to stay with us one more year, and then if he does sign next off season, we'll get the third round comp picks. Yeah,
I hope he doesn't go anywhere because I don't want to keep looking for a defensive coordinator.
yeah, totally. You're right. I agree. I mean, you need this continuity. It helps instead of changing all the time and trying to find somebody that will fit our defense. Because it seems like Shanahan wants to keep our defense the way it is, with the wide nine and everything, 4-3 type of thing. So he needs to find a defensive coordinator that will run the same defense that's already here. So that, that could be kind of difficult sometimes. All right. Let's talk about the injuries, huh?
Yeah. So Taylor Hawkins got hurt, and like Clean Farrell, he's expected to miss the divisional round playoffs.
Taylor Hawkins, I think it was his hand or something. He had surgery. Yeah. So he might be out for a little bit, huh?
Yeah, but he's on the practice squad.
Yeah,
So
with Jair Brown coming back, yeah, I guess we
and Son
don't need him
Gibson,
as much. Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah. Okay.
then Juwan Jennings is also coming back, and Eric Armstead. So I think we'll be very healthy by the divisional round. But hopefully not too rusty.
Yeah, the health was probably the biggest thing, right? It's always got us, most years. And this year we got the first round bye, so we get extra rest. It's the best scenario that we could have asked. So if we can come in as healthy as possible, refreshed, focused, few teams can totally stop us. So um, looking pretty good so far. All right, cool. That's good. What else we got to talk about? Oh, the wild card games. Right now, today is Saturday. A couple of games. One game finished. One game is going on right now. The Dolphins Chiefs game is going on third quarter. Chiefs are up 16 to the Dolphins 7. Um, and the Chiefs are in scoring position. Anyways, your call on the Browns Texans game, huh? You were telling me. You were telling me.
Yeah, that the Browns are 100% not gonna make it to the AFC Championship,
Yeah, yeah.
and Joe Flacco is gonna play bad in the playoffs.
And you were right.
I know we can catch it on camera, but you gotta trust me.
No, you totally were talking about it. You were like hating on Flacco. I was like, the Browns are pretty good. Browns are pretty good. The Texans don't have the experience. I didn't give the Texans as much credit. They whooped on the Browns pretty badly.
We didn't know that CJ Stroud was an actual god.
Yeah. And Flacco, he threw what, two pick sixes in like very, I mean, within what, 5 minutes of each other. It seemed like it was like pick six, and then next thing you know, he's throwing another pick six. So Browns are out, Texans are in, Chiefs are leading. So we have a few more games tomorrow, right? So tomorrow we have um, Packers at Cowboys.
Yeah, if Packers win, we're going against the Packers in the divisional guaranteed. Because we go against the lowest seed that won in the wild card.
Mm-hmm. Yep, yep. And then after that is the Rams at Lions. So that's going to be a pretty tough battle, I think. I think those two teams are pretty close to each other in talent and stuff. Um, and then we have, the Steelers Bills game was pushed off till Monday. And then after that, it's going to be the Eagles versus the Bucks. What do you think about that NFC matchup?
So, for the Rams Lions, that one's going to be a really close one.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to say the Lions win.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because, better record, and they're just like a better team in general.
Yeah. Yeah. And how about the Eagles Bucks?
With A.J. Brown being out, I think it will be the Buccaneers.
You think he's out? Is that what you heard?
Yeah, he's out.
He's out, out? Oh, wow. I heard today on the radio that he scrubbed his Twitter account, blah, 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 of all Eagles.
A.J. Brown?
A.J. Brown.
So is that like requesting a trade?
I don't know. Maybe he's not happy with the way they're
Come to
taking care
us.
of him. Well, we had some scrubbing done before. That was with Debo, remember?
Yeah. We'll give them a 7th round pick.
That's great. No. All right. Yep. So those are the matchups coming up. Who do you feel? Who do you want to play? Who do you want the Niners to go against? It can only be in the divisional round, right? Packers, Eagles, Bucks, or the Rams.
I want to go against the Buccaneers because we beat them in the regular season, and I know we destroyed the Eagles more than the Buccaneers, but the Eagles have a lot of talent on their team, so they can just like maybe turn it up at any point.
Yeah.
And we already beat the Buccaneers, and now unless Baker Mayfield goes crazy, I think that's the safest game for us to win.
Okay. Yeah. I'd have to agree with you there. The Rams can't. Everybody's saying that they're hot. Their passing game is good. Stafford was pretty good. Kyron Williams is coming to his own. So they're probably the weakness is their defense. Same with the Packers. Their offense is flying pretty good with Jordan Love. AJ Dillon and Aaron Jones are both kind of healthy and playing, so that's good. Their wide receiving core is, I think, the youngest. They're the youngest in the whole NFL. They're doing okay too, but their defense is probably the weakness.
I feel like their defense is pretty good. They got Rashawn Gary, Kenny Clark, Preston Smith. You probably never heard of him, but uh,
Yeah,
Jair
D
Alexander.
lineman, right?
Yeah, not a really popular name.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So I'd say yeah, the Bucks would be the team that I would want to. But you look at all the teams that are in the playoffs. We've beaten every team there except the Packers. We haven't played or the Lions. We beat the Eagles, beat the Cowboys, we beaten the Rams, we beat the Bucks. So kind of have a blueprint and a good track record against them. So that bodes well for us. So can't wait to see who we will be matching up with the week after in the divisional round. Yep, exciting, huh?
Yep.
This is what we've been waiting for, right? First round bye, get rested up, and come out and just kill everybody. Get to the Super Bowl.
And kill whoever's in the Super Bowl.
Yes, yeah, yeah. We'll see what happens in the AFC side and see if Baltimore keeps rolling over people or if they slip up and Lamar Jackson loses in the playoffs again.
Yeah, only one win, which is very crazy.
Yeah,
Considering he's been in the league for like 6 years.
yeah. I forgot. Yeah, 5 or 6 years, something like that. And Lamar Jackson has only won one playoff game in that time. So Brock Purdy's won more than
Yeah.
him in his
In
rookie year.
basically one season.
In one season, exactly, or half the season. Or, he only played like half of that season. So pretty impressive. Brock can do it. Yeah. All right.
Well, that wraps up for today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and goodbye.